Hello, this is Mr. Chabry, and I've got another narrated Pokemon battle for you. So this is going to coincide with Johto January. I've got 3 Johto Pokemon, Typhlosion, Tyranitar, and Feraligatr. And my opponent has some pretty scary Pokemon, mainly the Greninja and the Cloyster. Those two are like the scariest Pokemon that my opponent has. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to lead with my Nihilego, as my opponent's going to lead with the Cloyster. So what I'm going to do is actually go with the Sludge Wave right off the bat. If I don't knock it out, such as it has a Sash, I was hoping a Poison would finish the job, but unfortunately we don't get the Poison, and this thing's going to get the Shell Smash. So now I'm kind of nervous. This thing is it's got boosted speed, boosted attack, boosted special attack, and it's going to demolish my Nihilego with an Icicle Spear. And keep in mind, this is a Scarfed Nihilego, so that just gives you an idea of how fast this thing is right now. And it's going to completely demolish Nihilego. Down goes Nihilego in 3 hits, so that's not looking good. So now I'm going to go into Feraligatr, the only Pokemon that I think could take hits, possibly, mainly because Feraligatr has some decent physical bulk. So now Feraligatr is going to take 5 Spike Cannons, and we actually live, so that works out, and this Waterfall will finish off the Cloyster at 1 HP. So we get rid of this huge threat early on, but unfortunately we lost our own huge threat. So now in will come the Chestnut, and Chestnut, I've battled with them before. They are really nice, bulky. I like Chestnut, I really do. So I'm going to actually swap into my Pidgeot, as my opponent's actually just going to go ahead, use this as an opportunity to set up spikes. So now there's spikes on the ground, and I'm going to go ahead and Mega Evolve because Mega Pidgeot can hit Chestnut really hard, especially with a Hurricane. Chestnut is fighting in grass, and yes, we're going to hit it with a Hurricane, and Chestnut, even though it has some really good physical bulk, it's a little bit weaker on the special side, so it's going to completely be demolished by a Hurricane. But now this thing's going to come in, the Geometry, the Porygon 2. So I'm kind of nervous. I don't know what this thing wants to do, but I know a lot of Porygons usually have Thunderbolt or even Ice Beam, so I'm actually just going to U-turn out. I'm going to keep my Pidgeot alive because it's such a nice Pokemon. And I'm actually going to go into my Nidoking expecting a Thunderbolt maybe, but my opponent actually goes for the Ice Beam, and that's going to hurt pretty badly on my poor Nidoking, and it's going to bring it down into the yellow. I'm going to go ahead, go for the Sludge Wave because, yeah, there's not much I can really do. I know it's not going to be enough, but I don't really want to swap out because Nidoking is already pretty low on health, and we're going to lose our Nidoking right here. So I'm actually going to bring in my Tyranitar here. I'm hoping that Tyranitar can do some damage. Notice this is actually an unnerved Tyranitar that will prevent my opponent from eating berries. So I'm going to go ahead and Dragon Dance because I'm pretty sure I can take an Ice Beam, a Thunderbolt, whatever this thing wants to go for. And it ends up having a Toxic, but it misses the Toxic, so that works out for me. I'm going to go ahead and get another Dragon Dance, and the main reason is because I'm pretty sure one Dragon Dance won't do enough, and since my opponent missed the Toxic twice, that basically gives me a free 2 Dragon Dances. So here, I'm just going to go ahead, Stone Edge this thing, and get rid of it. So now, Tyranitar's looking really good. It's at +2 speed, +2 attack, and this thing comes in, and this thing is actually Scarfed. It's got to be Scarfed because it just outsped my +2 Tyranitar. But the good thing about Tyranitar is it has really nice bulk. So I have the weakness policy on it actually. So we got the weakness policy to activate, and that's going to give us a lot more boosted attack. We're going to finish it off with the Stone Edge, and now Greninja is here. Greninja, like I said, is a Pokemon I'm very scared of. I don't want to swap anything in because this thing is a huge threat, and I'm pretty sure it's a Battle Bond Greninja, and it ends up being yeah, it is a Battle Bond Greninja. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to have to fight this thing. This thing is a very threatening Pokemon. Of course, it's got Water Shuriken. That's a priority move that has multi-hits. That's a pretty crazy move. So now I'm going to go into my Pidgeot, hoping that I can survive a hit from this thing, because Pidgeot actually has slight bulk, but we actually do end up living that, and I'm going to fire off a Hurricane, and it's going to be enough to finish off the Greninja. So the biggest threat on my opponent's team right now has just been taken down, finally. So now the Komo-O is going to come in, and I've battled Gamer MZ before. I know this is the Commonium Z Komo-O, so I'm just going to go ahead, Hurricane, try to get rid of it before it can set up on me. And we get a crit. I don't know if the crit mattered, it might have, but we've taken it out. So that was a really good battle, Gamer MZ. We did really good there. Mega Pidgeot came in and ended up turning the tide back into our favor. So if you like this, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you in the next narrated Pokemon video.